Hey everybody. Well, it should be pretty obvious by now that this little channel, the Mike Norman channel, and me, Mike Norman, has been the most accurate and the most prescient when it comes to forecasting what's going on in the markets. And I've done that by using MMT, applied MMT. I mean, there are other MMT academicians and theorists out there, but I'm really the only guy who uses MMT in an applied way, uses it in a way to show you how to invest and trade in the markets. No other place does that. That comes from me, okay? And I've been the guy who's been relying on fiscal flows. I'm probably the number one expert in the entire world on this. I mean, nobody has done a study or the depth of analysis that I do daily on that daily treasury statement. Nobody teaches a course on that. I do. I've been doing this for years, okay? And that's why we've seen a lot of people, some on this channel, many just out there in the public, in the media, talking about, market crashes and too much debt and unsustainability of Fed policy, all this crap, all this nonsense. But right here is where you're getting the truth, the reality of how things function. I've explained it to you. Now, many of you are starting to come around on this. You're starting to really take these concepts to heart, and that's great. And it's exciting. There's not a lot of followers on this channel. Somebody once said, I can't understand why Mike Norman doesn't have like 50,000 followers. Well, what I say to that is you don't find diamonds laying around in the street. In other words, things that are rare, they're rare for a reason. And independent thought, intelligence, the ability to examine your own beliefs, to question your own beliefs, because that's sort of the process a lot of you have been going through. I know I went through that. Okay, that takes a lot of self-confidence. It takes a lot of courage, and most people don't have that. It's a lot easier for people to go with what the crowd says or the mainstream, and then I've said this before, when things don't go right, they could say, well, everybody else believed the same thing, like quantitative easing is hyperinflation and money printing. All that shit was wrong, okay? I was the only guy who had that right, at least the only guy publicly. And I took a lot of heat for that. So anyway, what happens next in your education? And by the way, some of you have asked me privately, hey Mike, is there a book I can read? There are no books that you can read. And even if there was one, you're deluding yourself if you think you could just go out and buy a book on Amazon.com and that's going to turn a book on MMT and that's going to turn you into some kind of a great trader. It takes practice. It takes personal development. It takes consistency. It takes commitment. And yes, sometimes it takes even money, okay? Now, if you're not willing to make that investment in yourself, then really I have no use for you. But anyway, for those of you who want to move on to the next step, and many of you have by signing up for my MMT Trader Report, I have the Forex course out there, 25 hours of Forex instruction, which not only teaches you in depth how to trade the Forex markets with all my strategies and tactics that I've developed over the years, but also it teaches you mental game, the most important thing, and what I talk about very frequently here, and it also teaches you MMT. And if you want to get I guess, deeper into the whole analysis of the fiscal flows, there's my course, Understanding the Daily Treasury Statement. That course is invaluable, even if you never trade, just to have that understanding, to have that knowledge, to be able to get into a conversation when people say 40 years from now, Social Security is going to run out of money, and you tell them, hey, buddy, last year we paid back 67 trillion. Nobody even knew about it. There was no inflation or hyperinflation. The world didn't come to an end. And he's going to say, what? Yeah, and you could show him the numbers. It's all publicly available. That course, nobody teaches that course. I'm the only guy in the world who teaches that course. You don't even realize how lucky you are to have stumbled onto this, because many of the things I teach, and again, there's other people who talk about MMT. I'm not the founder or the one who, I learned this from other people, but I'm the only guy who teaches an applied MMT. It's great to know something, but it's even better to know how to use it to your advantage. That's what you get here. So you can keep following the videos. That's great. I know there were others on here who came on to make fun and poke fun and ridicule and saying the market was going to crash and there's too much debt and you just wait, Mike. Well, where are you now? Okay. But a lot of you also have come on board in a positive way. You're educating yourself. You're taking the next step. Take another step. Get one of these courses or get the MMT Trader. They're all available on my website at www.pitbulleconomics.com. If you want the courses, just click on the tab that says courses. And if you want the MMT Trader, just click on the tab that says products. All right? We'll see you.